I would usually say bring deodorant, but
Yeah, that's a good one.
Where the flight number I had on my ticket wasn't the flight that I was getting on.
Oh my
It was
God.
very confusing. Lufthansa, I'm talking to you.
Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's your bloody fashion reporter Kathy Cat, and usually we do videos here where I give you little hints and tips of how to live in Japan your best life, right? And this time we're actually going to go and ask a couple of foreigners, maybe they have some more things they would like to add to the mix of advice once Japan reopens its borders. And let's go and ask foreigners in Japan. Any advice to anyone coming to Japan soon once the borders open?
Okay, when you arrive in Japan, you should go to like a nice shop and buy like a hand towel because there's no like hand dryers anywhere. And you can get a lot of like, it can also be a nice souvenir for you. There's little characters and stuff, but yeah, or bring nice jeans to, wipe your wet hands on, yeah.
Do you have one with you right now?
Honestly, I have a couple, but I always forget to pack them. So maybe remember to pack your towel because that's embarrassing moments when I just do this.
Like wipe it on your trousers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
And then
fine.
All Japanese people around you will have those little handkerchiefs that have little...
Yeah, the little handkerchiefs, yeah. And maybe wear shoes that are easy to take off.
Because?
Because you have to take off your shoes in unexpected places, cafes, people's homes, anywhere, yeah.
Sometimes even just going for alcoholic drinks like an izakaya, right? They're like, take off your shoes.
Yeah, and it's fine, but it's annoying if you're wearing like Doc Martens or something and you have to unlace everything, yeah.
Or you have like odd socks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Socks.
That's good. Yeah, wear proper socks. Don't be embarrassed.
That's really good advice. What would you advise?
I'd say if you're moving to maybe purchase a phone before you leave your home country, because in Japan, phones have like a shutter noise whenever you take the picture. So if you're like someone that likes taking a lot of pictures and you're just going to be like, it's probably better to bring a phone from your home country with the SIM unlocked.
Japanese phones all have a mandatory shutter sound that you cannot turn off.
Yeah, so I had to buy a new phone in Japan because I didn't have a choice, and going home right now is really difficult. And I already don't like having the shutter noise.
Makes you want not to take pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Which is maybe a good thing. I need to get out of the habit of just taking like tons.
Picture.
I need to be more
If I saw your
mindful.
outfit from across the street, I might be like, oh, take it and bust it.
Let's take pictures later. Mandatory shutter sound. Do you know why it's there?
Unfortunately, because of some people in this country maybe like to take pictures of girls in short skirts on escalators and on trains and the like.
Yeah.
Skirting is a bit problem here. That's why there's mandatory shutter sound. In case you didn't know that. So yes, that's why they all have a sound.
Oh, I mean, I'd say, if you're just a tourist, like just enjoy yourself and don't be too worried about, don't run crazy and look up how to be polite in Japan, but don't stress too much about like what people are thinking about you, because a lot of people are pretty open still, I think.
Yeah.
You got omotenashi.
Yeah, just some effort to be polite is enough. You don't have to act Japanese if you come here. Even if you live here, don't feel the pressure to do too much. Just be respectful, and I think that's enough.
Yeah,
right?
I think, you'll enjoy it if you come, 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
What advice would you give? Because right now, there's a lot of people who want to come to Japan and they can't.
Yeah.
So what would you advise them before coming to Japan?
I will really recommend you to look for like train tickets. Like, there's like a lot of how can you do that? Like pass, like
Japan Rail Pass is what you mean, right?
Yeah, like also that one. And there's like a lot of one-day tickets, and they're really cheap. So I highly recommend you to take advantage of that.
And apply for those before you come here. You can't do it from here.
Yeah.
We can't take advantage of those.
No, I mean we're already been here for a long time, so no, we can't.
Nope. Yep. Good point. Very good point. If you were to talk with anyone coming to Japan before they come here, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Learn how the toilets work. It's a little bit more complicated to use a toilet here.
Good point. Did you accidentally push the wrong button once?
Yes, and it makes lots of noises, but I like the heated seats.
Oh God, yeah.
Make sure you do a lot of exploring because there's a lot to see in Japan.
Any kind of moment where you're like, oh my gosh, the culture is different here. I might have done a mistake for a moment. Like manners wise or anything where you're like, oh.
Bowing is a lot different. Greeting people is a lot. And they say a lot more thank yous. Thank you.
give someone who from now wants to come to Japan some advice before they come?
I would usually say bring deodorant, but
Yeah, that's a good one. Bring an empty bag so you can bring home a bunch of gifts.
How big should the bags be?
Oh, well, as big as possible.
Yeah.
Of course, you can fit as many gifts as possible.
A camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That has been this guy's mission since we came. So now he's bought one.
Yeah, of course.
You bought a camera?
Yeah. The camera market here is amazing. You can find anything.
Do you have any more advice you would give, for example, someone from your family before they come?
Maybe look up, as we said before, advice for how to behave, because the culture is so different. So you don't want to mess up or make anyone angry or something like that.
If you had to give an advice to someone who wants to come to Japan, because the borders are hopefully going to open soon, what one advice would you give someone who wants to come to Japan?
Check all your flight numbers before you leave, because I had a panic on one of my connecting flights where the flight number I had on my ticket wasn't the flight that I was getting on.
Oh my
It
God.
was very confusing. Lufthansa, I'm talking to you.
What? You almost got on the wrong flight?
Well, I got to Frankfurt Airport, and I was supposed to be on a Lufthansa flight from Frankfurt to Japan, but it said it was like ran by ANA, but I still had a Lufthansa flight number. So I went to the desk and they were like, "Your flight doesn't exist." And I was like, "What do you mean my flight doesn't exist?" But it turns out they just give me like a generic code, and then they showed me the right way. But it was stressful.
Oh my God. Oh, that is a special thing with Lufthansa and ANA though. It's usually a combined flight.
Yeah.
So it's either NAA or Lufthansa who will take you there, and around Christmas it's both of them who fly at the same time.
Yeah.
I know because I go on that flight all the time.
Maybe ask somebody who already lives in Japan for like some advice, because all the paperwork and stuff that could be also like complicated.
I'd say like get a really good way of organizing your paperwork, because there's just so much. Like you need to be able to like get out what they want really quickly. So that was
paperwork did you need?
I had a big folder and like just stuff in case. If your phone stops working and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Your battery goes, and then you might not be able to enter the country.
Bring a portable charger for your phone.
Yeah.
That's very important. Yeah.
Especially with the long flights and everything, right?
Yeah. And if you take so many photos, like your battery, like it just goes. Yeah.
All right, advice.
For me, about the old, I think just take it easy, and Japanese is definitely kind to help you. Yeah.
Japanese people are very kind and helpful, right? Now, one thing I was curious about, I think that's specific to your group right now, because I heard that a lot of people were really struggling coming in. So how long were you guys like waiting? How long were you guys trying to get in, that kind of stuff?
So our university emailed us and they were like, you can come to Japan on these dates. And it was like last week was the dates. You have the next 2 weeks to sort your visa out.
Oh my gosh.
Sort your corona tests out, get all your paperwork sorted. So it wasn't a long wait really for us. It was really quick. But like, luckily Justine here had booked like an extra visa slot. Without that, I would have had to wait for like a month for the visa appointment. But all in all, it was quite quick.
All right, so that's your experience here in the UK trying to get into Japan.
Yeah.
So now that was your UK story. How is your story from Germany? How did you manage to get into Japan?
Well, actually, I'm like currently living in France, but it was pretty simple to get the visa and exchange the money. Like the visa I had like in 3 days, so it was pretty simple. But like you have to check also with your like telephone company and health insurance, like to just tell them that you're going and get things sorted out. Yeah.
Getting everything prepped. Yeah. Was it hard for you to come to Japan, or was it?
That's pretty easy from Taiwan to here. Yeah. So it's not so difficult for me. Yeah.
So those are some of the things that the foreigners mentioned, but we have actually done tons of videos on advice, on manners of if you want to work in Japan, if you want to live in Japan, if you just want to visit Japan. We've done tons of videos. We have already done all the hard work for you. So be sure to check out this video here if you're curious about coming to Japan, visiting Japan, not actually making everyone angry about you when you come to Japan. Be sure to check this one out. Thanks so much for hanging out. This was Kathy Cat, and I'll catch you soon for more stuff here in Tokyo. Thanks for subscribing. Bye, guys.